Legends, welcome back to the channel. You might be thinking John's looking cool because I got my Proton hat on today because we're talking about protons. And if you want to get yourself a Proton hat, I sell them. They're $6.99, absolute bargain. Genuine Proton merchandise. They are genuine Proton. They are really well made, 100% cotton, and they are for cool cats. And if you're a cool cat, link is in the description below. Hello then, welcome back to the channel. John here, and today I'm talking about how I managed to put a Proton in the Royal Automobile Club Rotunda on Pall Mall in London. I know, right? I say that. I say how I managed to do it. Actually, I didn't manage to do it at all. It was down to the good folk at Haggerty UK, the insurance company, and Adam Sloman as well, their events manager. Big shout out to Adam. Right then, let's talk about this then, because a year today, the 16th of the 3rd, 2022, me and Mrs. John Coupland got on a train. There she is with her branded milkshake from the Golden Arches. We got on a train. I spoke to my boss. He let me leave work early. That's my noggin winning the Festival of the Unexceptional, which we can talk about. But there's Mrs. John Coupland all dolled up with her McDonald's, heading on down to London with me. I'm in a suit for some unusual reason, and we head on down to London because my car has been placed on display at the RAC Rotunda. There's Mrs. John Coupland, and at the time was going to go see her Madge. She wasn't in, and there's us being tourists on the Mall as well. There we are. There's my beautiful wife. Anyway, and there's the Metropolitan Police Service. Going past, looking clearly for Mrs. John Coupland. She's looking away, nothing to see here. Right, hang on a minute then. Let's just get into this where it's not just my family snaps album. Here is me outside the Malaysian tourist embassy on Pall Mall, because I wanted to go and see the Malaysian embassy. And then I headed on down to the Royal Automobile Club on Pall Mall, where in their rotunda was this. And it was lovely to see my beautiful black knight. But I think I want to talk about how I got it there. And if you haven't seen the video where you get to see my mug that was in that picture we just saw, about me winning the Festival of the Unexceptional 2021, well, that is the reason. Haggerty UK, the insurance company, host that event every year. And last year, I think, last year or the year before, they won the best car show of the year from the RAC. So the RAC gave them the title of the best car show 2021. And as part of their prize for that, they were allowed to display a vehicle in their rotunda. And Adam Sloman, he contacted me. He said, "Hey, John, do you fancy it?" And I was like, "No, not a chance. I don't want to put my car away. I don't want it to leave my side because it is the last one in the world. It's so precious to me. What if it gets damaged?" He says, "I'll tell you what, John, we will organise for covered transport to come and pick it up, and it'll be safe and sound in the RAC Rotunda." So here's the car. Me and Mr. John Coupland Sr. spent days and days getting it clean and tidy, ready to be on display. And I had a bit of a heart-to-heart with my dad and said, "Hey, Dad, look, I've got this opportunity to put my car here. What do you think?" And he's a bit like me as well. Like, no, 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 it's going to get damaged. What if it gets damaged? Only one in the world, you'd be devastated. And the honest answer is, I would be devastated. And I sat and I sat and I spoke to Mrs. John Coupland about it. And I said, "Do you know what? No one else is ever going to get to put a Proton Saga in the RAC Rotunda. No one else is going to get to put a car there unless they're owning something really rare, something really unusual like a Ferrari or a James Bond Aston Martin." So I said, "Sod it. Let's put a Proton in the RAC Rotunda." And that we did there. It was picked up. It went in covered transport. It was a beautiful transport. I think that Haggerty UK paid for that. Thank you to them, because I was concerned about who was taking my car, because it left 48 hours before it ended up in the Rotunda. And I got to see it then in all its glory. Uh, with this sign, and I'll read the sign to you. It says, developed with support from Mitsubishi, the first Proton cars arrived in the UK in 1989 and quickly found a market among price-conscious buyers. The Malaysian manufacturer withdrew from the UK in 2014, which they did, and that was partly due to them not being able to meet the emission standards for the EU. The Proton Saga 1.5 GL Black Knight made its debut in September 1989, and in total 201 were made, with this car being number 63. That is correct. I've checked that. That information was supplied by Proton to me. It was supplied by New Park Motors in Crewe originally, true story, and it covered just 13,000 miles from new. Again, true story. It is the last remaining example of this model in the world. It is, and won the Concours de l'Ordinaire at the 2021 Festival of the Unexceptional. Many people ask me, John, how can you verify that this is the last example of this model in the world? I can tell you this. One, by speaking to Proton, they have verified it genuinely as the last Proton Black Knight in the world. They made 201 for the UK market only. The DVLA have also confirmed that there is only one that is ever registered and sawn each year, bing bonging. That is mine, and along with the confirmation from Proton, it really genuinely is the only one left in the world. And I can comfortably say that here today. The next festival of the Unexceptional takes place 30th of July 2022, and it did take place, and I took it there and I saw Mr. Richard Hammond and all of the people, and so it was admired in the RAC Rotunda. Here's some photographs from above. For 2 weeks the car stayed in their possession, and it came back on its low loader again after 2 weeks back to me. I wanted to thank Haggerty UK for letting me display my car in there. It really, really genuinely was an absolute privilege. There was some paperwork put on display as well in relation to it, and that is the British Grand Prix trophy. Now, when have you had your car displayed next to the British Grand Prix trophy? Probably never again. And there were some people who were disappointed. I can't believe that a 1989 Proton is front and stage centre here at the RAC Club. We're used to seeing the best of the best. The last remaining Proton 1.5 GL Black Knight graces the Rotunda here, the winner of a number of accolades no car manufacturer seeks to acquire. As Arthur Daly would have it, they're having a laugh. One of the highlights of a visit to the RAC Club is usually to see a really stunning car. Today was definitely not one of those days. And I loved that. That made me so happy that all these people who pay to be a member of the RAC Club are disappointed with the fact that when they've arrived, they've had to look at my Proton. Anyway, it really, really was a fantastic experience. Lots of people ask me about it. Lots of people don't believe me when I say, hey, I've had a car in the RAC Rotunda. There's living proof. What do you think? Are you happy that a Proton has graced the halls of the RAC Club? If you were an RAC Club member, did you like the fact that it was in there? Possibly rarer than some of the other cars that have ever been in there, because there's a few Ferrari Dinos, isn't there? There's only one Proton Black Knight. Until next time, have a great day, whatever you're getting up to. Give me a like, give me a subscribe. If you're not following me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, or the TikTok, it's John Coupland, all one word. And if you haven't already subscribed, please smash that subscribe button to stay up to date with the videos that I'm posting. Have a great day. Thanks for watching. Take care. Goodbye.